Hi, and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what's going on energetically and what is the frequency that's dominantly ready to activate. So it's going to be in three cards. The first one is the frequency details, the second one is what can be released, and the third one is advice. So let's see. And the frequency we have is the Death card, the Death Arcana. And I'm getting it's the old identity serves you no longer. So it's pretty much you're still probably feeling it and using it to some degree right now, but your ego template that was built around how you had to be to keep yourself pretty much alive in the previous paradigm, in the previous circumstances. And this is now brought to a point where it will need to be let go of in order to shift you into your new activated template. And what I'm getting also is that it's the initiation of survival towards thriving frequency, because for the vast majority of people on this planet, it's been a game of survival, variations of survival. And even I'd say like the very wealthy people have another way to go about it, but they're not elevated, most of them, in any sense, because look at how we're living. And I say most of them because I think some could be possibly good people, but they're hidden. Like we barely ever hear about them. And you kind of know how they treat people when they're trying to do good and they're too visible. So I don't have to elaborate too much about that. I think you figured out the world is not exactly welcoming to the purest and most helpful souls, but that's shifting now. Because it's about damn time, and it's going to be an era of thriving, because the surviving we've been experiencing previously up until now for sure, is engineered. It's not real. And as those frequencies are coming in and anchoring and activating, it's kind of like blasting the illusion, and we're kind of like reactivating into the natural order. And the natural order is remembering that nature takes care of us and we take care of it, and it's a cycle of mutual benefit, and everybody ends up thriving, including our environment. And so it's pretty much like at this point we're experiencing a detachment from the old functioning. So if you don't have motivation, you don't have energy, you barely can push forward into going into jobs that are very, very draining, or being around people that are absolutely not working on themselves to be better people, and pretty much trying to get their energy from others instead of purifying and re-anchoring through nature. It's pretty much time to move on from all of that, and the shift begins within first, and then eventually when it's well anchored, it gets turned on, like powered. But that's probably for an eventual activation. Like we can't have everything going on all at once, but it's nice to at least know what's currently progressing, and eventually it will fall in a place and be a lot more visible. So now what can we release? And it's the 9 of Pentacles. I got right away scarcity mindset. It's to remember that nature will take care of us once again. And also there is, as we detach from the previous ego identity, there is a new perspective on ourselves. It's like the mask is falling off or the spell is breaking type of energy. And it's about time, and hopefully it's happening at a more collective level. Actually, it is happening at a more collective level. It's just when you get readings like this, you're pretty much the like first responders pretty much for the collective, and you're getting it consciously imprinted, like you're receiving it consciously. Like most people, it takes a lot more time, it's very gradual, they have to have some level of exposure around people like us that actually are doing this consciously, and then that ripples into like a vaster level of the population. But yeah, it's currently happening. There's a very big, I'm getting like ego spell that's breaking at a collective level, slowly but surely. And not that slowly, for real, because I've been thinking about that for a long time, and I'm like, is that ever like gonna shift soon? Because we're feeling the pressure. A lot of us feel like you can't go any further, like we're kind of like blocked or stagnating, and it's not because we're sort of working on ourselves. It's very much the circumstances. There's like a glass ceiling, a brick wall. It feels like something's got to give and we can't go backwards, so that eventually needs to break. And the pressure you build when you purify and work on yourself is actually what's applying pressure in the cracks of this type of, like I'm getting like matrix shield type of energy. So you're kind of like forced to function within some perimeter, but now it's not possible any longer. And what advice can we have looking at this? And that's the Four of Pentacles, and it's pretty much summarizing what I just said. We're feeling blocked. We're feeling like we did all that we could. And it's very much to stay away of any type of energy or feeling that you're not enough or that you're not good enough. Like all that is absolutely not what's going on. It's just a matter of timing and pressure that we're experiencing because something is about to give, but it's just taking, it feels like it's taking so damn long. But the more conscious we are of what's going on, the faster it proceeds and like trickles to the greater collective. So that's why I felt like doing this reading right now. I was like, please, let's just have a clear message about what's going on, because all that I talked about is pretty much what it felt like in the past few days, and especially today for me. So I can't be the only one for sure. And I hope that was helpful and that it resonated. Let me know.